Ladies and gentlemen, we back at it again.
Yeah, we back at it, man. Thank you for tuning in, KL Culture Radio. Bro, what a week! What a week has this been, man? First of all, let me introduce the people that's on the panel. Our regular people that always been here, F in the one. You got my man. You already know. This is your man, Ronnie Ron.
This shit about a new Jordanaire. You know how we do. Let's go. Let's get it.
And this your boy Prince Hakeem, aka Chicken George. Chicken George, Chicken George.
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Jabari. He's the one that gave me. He's the one that gave us this clip. He said, "Hey, yo, can you guys talk about it?" I said, "Most definitely." So
Shout out,
we're
shout out
gonna
to
play the
Jabari.
clip. It's a
Shout out to
shocker.
Jabari.
We didn't even see it. So we just gonna play the clip. Oh yeah, and also this is
Look,
fair use, fair use, fair use,
fair use,
fair
fair
use.
use. No copyright strikes.
Shout
Let's
out,
get it in. Go ahead.
shout out to Vlad TV. Shout out to him.
And shout out to the Nation of Islam and Nuri Muhammad out of Mosque. I don't know what it is out of Indianapolis. Woo!
Islam.
Nation. He just
That's how
dropped
the
the
brother talk. The brother smooth, man. You already know I already subscribed to the bow tie game, but them brothers smooth. Them
well.
brothers real smooth. I like how they be talking, man. Them brothers on they're on a whole nother price. But let's go, man. Go ahead, guys. Let's time in. Let's talk about it. You
Let's
know, a
talk
lot
about
of
it.
people always say in marriage, like he kind of explained it, but we're gonna go more in depth. We also have someone that is on the panel that is married, which is Jordan, and you know they all talking about marriage. Supposed to be you're supposed to be able to have a marriage that pretty much to bring peace, make you have a peaceful mind. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Go ahead, Jordan. Time it.
Hey man. Hey, what he was saying, man. I had nothing more to say. It was factual to the best, and about mate selection is very very important. And a lot of people don't know um, what type of woman or what type of man they really really need in their life to be in a long term relationship and possibly go into marriage is really courting each other, see y'all right or anything, and also really make sure you guys your head is straight because there might be some things that happened in the past. Which I'm trying to say is what's the word when you dealing with trauma and from past relationships and you jump into another relationship knowing you got past traumas and not trying to heal them from them, like go see a therapist or or talk about anything. And I think especially in our generation, there's a lot of trauma that people go into in relationships, that they can break them and not know they are broken. And to me, it's like when once you leave a relationship, I mean, I highly, especially in our community, I highly recommend you talk to somebody. You steps. I mean, I would prefer a therapist if you can go to help with that, or just really talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that's close with your best friend or a parent, so you won't have to deal with it, and you can heal from it, and then knowing your next relationship, you know what you're looking for, and you know what you need, the certain things that you need to make sure that relationship will work, so it can be turned to the marriage. Like for me, for instance, I'm like I said, I'm an anomaly. I found my mate when I was in college, but before that, before we ever, we got together, we was talking to two people at the time. I think I talked about this before, and the chick I was talking to was before that, she seemed cool, you know, but after so much, I guess when she was trying to be so nice and everything, and, I said something wrong. Then she's like, "Oh no, y'all just," it's like, and then she started being kind of crazy. It's like, "Oh, you guys are all the same," or something like that, or that type of stuff. And then she started getting, mad and got a little crazy. And it's like, yo, I was like, no, I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with that. And I just had to cut her off immediately. I cut her off, and then the thing is, I thought about, my wife at the time, she was, I just broke down the basis. Is he's nice, he's nice. She's nice to people. She's nice to me. She looks up to me. We when we talk, we have conversation. We have good conversations. And I just thought about just little things. It's like with that, with my wife at the time. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna tell her how I feel and everything. I told her how I feel, and after that, it worked. And I'm not gonna say, being in a relationship, it can be challenging, especially if you're young, especially in your 20s. It can be very, very challenging because you're not just knowing your partner. You also try to realize about yourself as well. Especially if you're a young age, you really try to figure out for yourself. You just, like I said, for me and Z, we moved to a totally different state. She's coming from Georgia, I'm coming from Michigan. So moving to another state, and just realizing, like, we're trying to figure it out, and we try to figure ourselves out, and then also we try to figure each other out. So for me, it's like, just really having a family structure for both of us. We both believe in family, anything. High on family. We're big on family, and I think that's one of the reasons that's worked because seeing her family side and seeing our family side is just like they both like I said, her family side they love me, my family side they love her, and so when both of your families are adore you and really really love you, that's a major boost. Because okay, this might be the right one. For a man, okay, might be the right woman. She gotta have as a wife, and she, have my last name, and and then bring it to, and put our families together. And so for me, it's like just really, really being with my wife for 13. It's gonna be 13 years next week. That's when we first got together, like in a week from now. Just to be having a family mindset for me and her, I think that really helped us out. Because if that wasn't like if that wasn't my priority, or she had a different type of priority, if we wasn't connected with how we are with family, I really don't think it would have worked out. But there's, like I said, there's stuff that I liked about her, the stuff that she liked about me, and we just kept building on that. Now in our 30s now. It's like we have a vision of what we want, and we know what we want, and really nothing's can stop it because we see eye to eye to what we want. So that's all. So go back to what he was saying, man. He was 100% correct, and just talk about my relationship, my marriage, how, he's exactly 100% right what he's saying because it works out for me. And a lot of people don't know really what to do, how to build onto relationships, become into a marriage. And also, they don't get the help that they need when they have post traumas from past relationships, and they keep bringing it to a new relationship, thinking something's gonna do. They want a man to, hey, I want you to do this, because, fix me because I'm unfixable. But my thing is, you need to fix yourself first before you get into that relationship. So that's my couple chains I got for y'all. What y'all think?
I'm glad that you told your testimony because I want people to see the reality of someone that's actually is married, but then someone that is, like for myself, that is single. Now, what the minister is saying, I already know. Most of the teaching of the NOY I do subscribe to when it comes to the aspect, when it comes to raising a family, when it comes to principle, and especially when it comes to the Black woman. But today's society, not back in the 40s, not back in the 60s, not back in the 70s, but today's society of women, they no longer want a peaceful home anymore. Prime example, a man trying to bet his woman, he trying to give her a form of structure and what he needs in his life to create that family structure. A woman will be combative and she will fight that man. Men today are spending money, thousands of dollars, just to try to please a woman instead of actually pleasing the family. It's a well-known fact today. Women, especially black women, they're filing for the divorce on a higher rate. During the pandemic, I think people are already aware. There's been articles how when people was actually home with their significant others, the woman realized she didn't even want to be with that man anymore. That's very touching. That's very touching because, like the minister said, you're supposed to be able to go home and you're supposed to have peace when you go home. But yet, when they go home, they find themselves in a lot of chaos. This is one of the biggest situations that we are facing, especially in our community. And then women always wonder why the black man why the black man don't want to stay, or why the black man not home when it comes to the aspect of the kids. It's not because we don't want to. It's not because we don't want to raise the kids, or we want to abandon the kid. It's just the aspect of the woman's not giving us the peace of mind. That's the issue. There is no peace at the home. So when there's no peace at the home, what else? Especially as a man, especially if you're a hardworking man, you work 80 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, you're going to find peace elsewhere. It's either the strip club, the bars, or even on social media somewhere that you go, or another woman to get that peace that you're looking for, because the woman you have at home isn't satisfying that. And that's why I'm very open when it comes to the aspect of polygamy. But however, that's a whole nother topic. But when it comes to this topic in particular, the women, I don't even think women today know what the whole meaning of a peaceful man at home. And this is why the black man don't want to marry anymore. That's the prime example why. You see how you see when Jordan goes home, he has peace there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's no turmoil, there's no issue. Peace of mind. And then when you have that peace of mind, you're able to strive better, you're even able to conquer in this world, because I think everybody knows it's very hard for a black man in America. I'm just speaking facts. But go ahead. I know you want to go in.
It's big facts.
No, definitely. So I want to come at this from a perspective that I want everybody to hear. First off, I want to say that, and the ladies, I hope you're listening to you. Cosmopolitan and Vogue, all these magazines lied to you. Lied to you to the point where it got you so messed up you forgetting the most important thing, being our co-CEO. We hear this term, but women, it goes over a lot of women's head, being a man's piece. What Jordan told you in his dialogue, and this is why we wanted him to speak first. He explained something only married people will understand, and only a woman who has been under the ilk of a father to understand what it means to be peace. The narrative that they preach to black women, saying that you need to be a strong black woman for a man, is the wrong narrative to be that. You're not supposed to be strong when you have a man next to you. You strong when shit starts to go left and your man is weak. That's when we need you to be strong. Now, the narrative strong comes in, tends to convert you women into being men. Now, when you convert into being men, now you emasculating men. We already got enough shit to deal with. And here's the funny thing is, when I say this, if a woman was on the panel, she say, we got enough shit to deal with too. Baby, we understand that. You know how hard it is to go out there and work 70, 40 hours to come give up our whole check to make sure everybody's in the house taken care of? Putting away, sacrificing our dreams, wants, needs, to make sure you and some of these little niggas inside this house is okay. You got the police disrespecting us. You got the job disrespecting us. And the last thing we want to do is to come home and have a woman disrespect us. Sometimes we don't even want to. Sometimes we get so tired, we go and sleep on the couch. It's not that we got a problem with you. We just tired of what the world is giving us. The least thing you want to do is, when you see us weak in our knees, is to unbuckle our shoe, put the blanket over, and keep something cold next to that nightstand when I wake up. Like, where am I? Oh, I'm at the crib. It's hard to do that now because you want to know why? The pressures of a man, women have pressures too. A lot of those pressures can be eradicated by understanding and come home and just having a conversation with us. Baby, what do you need? What do you want from me to be a good woman for you? Or what do I need to do to be a good woman for you? The last thing that the minister, Nur Muhammad, said is, the last thing a woman wants to do is to come home and to see a man not even trying to fight. And that's the point when a lot of women do give up on us, when we stop wanting to fight. It should have been common sense to know that, but I have to say that because a lot of women think when we speak, we just bashing on y'all. It's not that. You're on a podcast full of men talking about men issues and how we're trying to make sure that we can have the best wives ever. There's a lot of decisions that we're going to make in life is not going to make everybody happy. Some people are going to get hurt. You feel me? And in the sense of that, you're going to have to make the sacrifice to compromise to make sure who's going to be happy or not. And we know women make the greatest sacrifices ever. Leaving home. His wife did it. Building a new family. Sacrificing, making a career to make sure your husband is okay, make sure the family is okay. Swallowing your pride, knowing that there's certain things you want for yourself. You say, no, it's for the team. I want you to think about that. There's some comments here I want to read because I got some more to say. Hold on. Mrs. Apple, she said, don't know what a peaceful home is.
Woo! That's one of the questions I was going to ask you guys on the panel. She actually asked you right now. Do men actually know what a peaceful home is? Each one of y'all can answer that question. Do a man really do? Because that was one of my questions I was literally just going to ask you guys.
I got an answer for it. Well, go ahead. I'm going to let y'all go first.
Go ahead, Joy.
For a man, that's a good question. That is a good question. I would say 50-50. Personally, I'll say 50-50 because a man know if what a peaceful home is. You come home, everything's clean. Like just come home to a nice piece of meat. Everything's clean. Everything's smelling good. The dishes are done. Or come with a home cooked meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, and talk to your spouse about just have a small conversation about how work is going. Y'all want to do something, and also I think one of the biggest things is too is like make sure you guys go out once or twice a week. And the thing is, you don't have to spend anything. You can go to the park, movies. Anything that's going around in the city, any type of events. There's always something. To do something outside because especially for a woman wants to go out and do something. I'm gonna let y'all know. Long-term relationship, you're in the long-term marry your wife something. Women loves to go out. I don't care how old they are. They love to go out.
And listen, and Jordan, I see you always take your wife out.
Yeah,
you got the pictures to prove it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, follow them on Instagram.
He had a good birthday. He showed the
I was saying I did. Yeah, I was saying I did, but yeah.
He had a whole that drink.
Hey, I just came from life. I just came from the Great Gatsby party downtown, man. We was living it, y'all. That was the best parties I ever went in all year. But like I said, a peaceful home, I'm going to say this. Make sure, especially for men, you got to take your woman out. You're going to have to spend enough money. Find something. Hey, you want to do this? And really, and women kind of like that. You kind of plan something now. Hey, we're doing this. If you do this, like we are, okay, let's go. So, man, take your woman out at least once a week. If you can't do it 1 week, try to do it next week. Try to do it like twice a week, something like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, and for me, on the aspect, I'm being honest. Men today don't really know what a peaceful home is because most men are raised with single parent household. The father's not there, so how can they know what his peace is? They never saw it. Most men are raised today in the most of chaos. Well, is out of the mom being emotional, the mom bringing the man down, the mom telling the boy you ain't shit, the mom telling the boy you're never gonna be nothing in life. So how do you know what peace is? And he's all, and his upbringing is all into and what is it, and toxicity. So we don't really know. I'm being honest, we don't really know. The only way we would know what a peaceful home is if we have prime example of a man that actually is married and that's actually doing something in the community and that we are able to see it. But to be honest, today we don't really see it. So I'm being honest, man, don't know what a peaceful home is. See, Jordan know what it is because he's actually in the predicament. He actually is married. He actually has someone there who's waiting for him when he do get home. But someone like me and other men, we just don't see it. It's just like it's just the talk of the wind. So to be honest, we just don't know what a peaceful home is. Now we could create it by, like Jordan said, by taking a woman out. But I'm gonna be devil advocate here. Some men actually do take the woman out, actually do stuff for the woman, and yet they're still on peaceful home. The man still is in chaos. The man is still trying to go to therapy and figure out why this woman won't bring peace into my life. Because at the end of the day, I don't think woman is supposed to bring peace. I think you're supposed to have peace already from what God already have given you. That's just my sentiment. That's what I'm thinking. And just by me seeing things on how our community is raised, that's why I'm saying that we really don't know what peace is. I'm just keeping the buck. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Now, in my opinion, I think we do. If this is my opinion, I think we do know. If you've been living in chaos, you want everything that's opposite to what you've been knowing for the rest of your life. You're gonna want anything opposite of chaos is a peace to somebody when they see it. You know what I'm trying to say? Yelling and screaming and hollering. If you know that, if you come to a house that's peaceful, it might be confusing to you, but you'll start to recognize it. You feel me? Now, I want to answer another thing. You'll start to recognize it. You'll start to piece together. When you get older and you start to meet different people of walks of life and you start to vision what their marriages are, you're going to understand. Now, Apple, this is an old one. She says some women don't know what they want. And I mean, prior before that, she said that you found you a woman that gave you what you want. Apple, he got his wife young when she was open to more ideas and more agreeable. When certain women are older, they're set in their ways, and sometimes it's my way or the highway. That's how some older women are. We're not saying it's absolute. Now, I do want to comment on one other thing, and I want y'all brothers to comment. She said some women don't know what they want or know what it is meant to say the dating process usually isn't discussed. Okay, here's the thing about that. We all know the black community do not know nothing about dating or courting. Let's just be honest about that. After 1960, heading into 1980, it was a free for all.
There you go. Yep.
Facts.
Because prior before that, you had to go to somebody's house and a man, there was a common knowledge known say, hey, if he wanted to smash prior before that, y'all was getting married. He he came in his house with his uniform. Hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna take your daughter off your hands.
Facts. Preach.
Some of you women are having babies from niggas and your daddy never even seen their face. Your mother don't even know what the nigga smell like. You showing pictures of the nigga. He ain't never been to the baby shower or nothing. Damn. Yeah, you don't know what you want. You might as well say he gave you free nut. Now, I don't know if y'all wanted to comment on that.
I was about to say, I was gonna say what Gorilla would say. Oh, that nigga nut quick.
No, but I can't speak fact. Like before you even date somebody, you're supposed to meet the parent, and then you're supposed to take the person out, the woman out of the parents, the woman out of the father's hands. That's what they used to do back then. That was the white way of doing things. But today, I'm being honest. Most of the time you date somebody, you don't even want to meet the parents. You be like, nah, I'm good. And sometimes the girl actually offers you like, hey, you want to meet my mom or you want to meet my dad? Most of the time the guy immediately denies. He say, nah, we ain't serious like that. No. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's correct because that's to tell you everything. If because usually
the man would take it to the parents, see the parents first. Cause that's what I did. Well, when I was living in Miami, I said, okay, I had an uncle who lived there to see a family member. I knew it's like, okay, she's good enough to see, to take and see a family member or mom, or a parent, something like that. So I think when a man starts doing that, that means he got a little something, because a man's like, oh, cool. If she ain't causing no chaos, that means I can bring that and meet it to the family, because she ain't starting no chaos in my life.
You want to know something? You want to know something too? That's something we got to talk about. A lot of these people come in a situation hurt, man, and broken.
Yeah.
So some women don't even know how to become a piece. They don't understand the first thing of becoming a man's piece, because the first piece we get is that sack. Most women just really know how to have sex. They don't even know how to cook half the time. Really, they think slanging a piece of pussycat is enough to keep a man come. Listen, after we nut and we wag that tail a little bit, we look at your face and say, what is she doing here? Like, understand that. How you can become my piece? How you gonna make my life better? Some of y'all women think we're incompetent. Some of you think we're incompetent. You talk to us like we're incompetent. You make us feel like you have to do everything. The amount of sacrifices we make just to be with you, you would not understand and fathom the idea. The amount of temptation we have to suppress in our mind to come home to a woman and say, nah, don't touch me tonight. I ain't feeling it, Hakeem. What? I don't even want to be touched tonight. A week go by. I don't even want to be touched tonight again. 2 weeks, 3 weeks go by. Do you know our love language is physical touch? That's another way of bringing peace.
And if you keep doing that, the right type of man is gonna be like that, or the right type of man, you keep ignoring them like that. Okay, I'm gonna find another girl who will touch me like this. Because she ain't doing it.
I want you to look at. I didn't know if you was going to say something, Ron.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I agree. Anything I say, nah. Go ahead, continue.
I want you to look at why the last couple years where side hoes, first off, mistresses elevated to side hoes, elevated to side chicks, elevated to sneaky links. Why they're so been popularized, because they know how to become a man's piece. A man have sneaky link, a woman to have a sneaky link. When he comes to her house, he doesn't get all that yapping that his regular woman might get. And the expectation. Most sneaky links, you come to their house, they cook and clean and suck and fuck and shut up.
Yep. That's facts, Hakeem.
That's facts. She knows you with another woman. She's going to do everything that your woman going to do. She's going to make it peaceful. Matter of fact, she doesn't even bother you while you're sleeping. He gets his sleep when he's at his sneaky link house. He doesn't touch her. Listen, he doesn't touch his phone. When it's ring, she'll go wake him up. Babe, your phone's ringing. Your phone's ringing. I think it's your wife. Go answer it. If you want privacy, go to the next room.
And you know what they think? You know what they thinking about? Mm-hmm. When you gonna leave his wife so I can take care of her?
Basically, in his mind, when you're doing this and you're not pressuring him, he said, I'm wondering when should I leave my wife? Sometimes your actions can trick yourself out your position. And I want to state something in the comments that they're saying. Women, we need to not focus on the word. An example, when men trying to express ourselves, we are harsh. If a man is making sacrifices, he is going to demand certain things from his woman. A lot of women demand things too. Sometimes women will state what they want and overlook what a man wants. I've never heard on any woman's podcast talks about what do men want, what do men need to survive, what do men think they need to be comfortable or be happy in the home. Y'all think just giving us a piece of sack is enough.
And I'm not gonna lie, to be honest with you, I think the problem is with our coach, I think we have a cultural problem because I think the aspect of the women are raised to be like men. That's the problem. Women today are raised up to be like men. They walking, they talking, they feeling like men instead of actually feeling like women, actually being what woman's supposed to do is to be the man's piece. That's the biggest problem we have in today's society. Now, there is some women that are being raised by their father, but even their father is treating them like men.
Mm-hmm.
They father telling them, you don't need no man, you don't need no man for nothing. Baby, you go out there, you strive. You be the best you that you could possibly be, knowing that the best woman that she could possibly be is being with that man that actually raising a family and raising a peaceful home. Most women today, we ask women today, she'll tell you straight up. Most women today say they don't want to work. They want to be at home and to bring satisfaction to their man. I don't know if that ever happened to you. After you ever smash with a girl or you ever had sex with a girl after the sex is done, you don't see how she quickly get up and she prepare you a sandwich. She does it naturally.
Yeah.
Without even the man telling her she does it naturally.
Yep.
Women today are out of their element. That's my sense. Go ahead, Hakeem and Joe. I know you were gonna say something. Take off.
Yeah, that was very true, Hakeem. I definitely agree. And for the men out there, I really, hey, if my thing is, I feel like men is scared to speak up to their woman or somebody. You know, my thing is, there's nothing wrong with speaking up. You just gotta be assertive about it. You be assertive about it. Woman's gonna like it when you speak up because that's like, oh, okay. Now she's kind of look you kind of as a leader in a way because you're speaking up. You're speaking up for yourself. Once you speak up for yourself, okay, cool. That means, oh, I think I like him. He's asserting himself. He's confident. Okay, that kind of turns women on when you speak up. You know, they don't want no a weak man. They don't.
No, they don't. And women, the lack of respect women have for men is due to the fact that we don't insert ourselves because we scared to do that because we don't know where it's going to go. Because there's certain lines of things that comes after that say, oh, you trying to oppress me. You think I'm going to be your mama? You think I'm going to be your maid? Now, Jabari said something earlier in the conversation that I don't think it goes over a lot of people's head because it sounds derogatory. Obedience. It's in the Bible. A man needs to have obedience to wake up every morning to purposely be the best version of himself so his wife and kids can have a better life. A woman needs to have obedience to understand, to respect, love her man, and understand what it needs to be done for the family. Yes, you have a sacrifice that you're making. You could have a life too. Your life was sacrificed to become a family, and your sacrifice is well acknowledged, appreciated, and understand. Both of these sacrifices are met for the greater good to try to build a community. The last thing is an issue is the sacrifices now in today's relationship are lopsided. It's topsy-turvy. Because usually now men will make themselves unhappy to make their woman happy. That's tends what it is. We're talking about good men.
Yep.
And we usually become a woman's piece, and the women don't become our piece because you don't ask what we want. We tend to do what you want and then to find our peace outside of the home.
Because think about it, Hakeem and Joint, but think about it. Most of us was raised with our mom. So we see our mom struggle when the father was not there. We seen our mom struggle. We seen how she was stressful. She didn't have peace. So when we get older, we like, oh, you know what? I'm going to make sure my woman never become like my mother.
Yeah.
To have the worry of life, knowing that the bills will never get paid. I'm going to make sure she's always taken care of. However, like I told you, the woman was mostly built like men. So the woman was out there, she was working, she was getting the bag, this and that. She doing stuff man is supposed to do. So women be like, oh, well, you know, I can care less what you do for me. Go ahead. Because I know you're going to read the comment.
Yeah, read the comment. So Apple said something that was real pivotal. And Apple, I wanted to acknowledge this comment because you are correct. I come in contact with men who don't know how to communicate out of fear. You want to know why, Apple, you want to know why fear is? The thing we have to worry about the most is you picking up and saying, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Yeah, I'm talking about good men. I'm talking about men like me, men like him, men like him. we look at y'all as an investment. We willing to go to the long haul. Yes, we don't know how to communicate. Yes, we don't know how to communicate. It is a fact. But the thing about it is, if we tell you how we really feel, you think it's a weakness. Men are taught to not to speak in fear. We taught to be said, man, I just don't want to talk about this right now. Okay, go ahead, do what you want to do. But yet, in the back of our mind, we're scared shitless. Okay, then she about to leave with the kids.
No, but the thing is, Hakeem and Jordan, we actually do communicate. We don't communicate verbally. We communicate with our actions. Like
Yeah,
certain
that's a
things,
good one.
if a
Yep.
man want to do something, he used to do it. He stopped doing it no more. We actually communicating to you. It's just that
Sure.
the women, because women, remember, women are mostly expression. They talk about their feelings. You see, they let it all loose. They tell you straight up, straight how it is. That's how it is. Men, we don't do that. We do mostly with our actions. If we like, for example, we used to clean the dishes and something's bothering us. You'll notice one day we stop cleaning the dishes. That's when you kind of know something's wrong. Like, hey, he normally cleaning this, now he stop. Then
Yeah.
normally a woman would normally go to that man and say, hey, what's bothering you? What's going on? Go ahead, Joe. I know you're going to time it.
No, I'm gonna say that's 100% facts. What you just saying, I definitely agree 100%. You know, men really do communicate with our actions, and it took my wife for some time of how we probably communicate, and she knows like, man, okay, I know my husband. He communicates by doing service things and all that type of stuff. You know, I might talk about some things here and there, but she know if I'm consistently doing what I'm doing, showing my actions, spoiling her, all that type of stuff, or do what I need to do, pay the bills, or take them somewhere, all that type of stuff. This or something small too. Something very simple. I keep doing my action. I'm consistent with it. And so long as a woman sees that man consistent, as long as a woman can see the actions and see the consistency, you should serve your man and be grateful. And speaking of serving, there are some women have the problem of serving a man think it's an act of slavery. I want to ask y'all that question. Why is that?
Mm-hmm. What you say?
Because there was a lie that was given by society and also movies, television, and the sisterhood. You're not supposed to serve you. You're not supposed to serve him. He's supposed to serve you. He's supposed to wash your feet. He's supposed to do all these things. Mind you, that's the man that do those things, and yet the woman still don't respect him because he's out of his element. Go ahead, I know you will definitely go in on this one.
No, definitely. I think, and this also encompasses to what you said to this. She said, I asked him and deliver and was told something else. I think most people just needed to be medicated on mental illness. You know something?
Not mental illness.
Yeah. You know, as we get older, and to reference to what you're saying, what we used to see our mothers do and our grandmothers and our aunts do is not reflecting into the daughters that are becoming women for men, or the sons that are becoming husbands for these women. When a woman is raised in chaos, she clearly doesn't know how to pick the right mate. When there's no example, or she doesn't know how to serve a man or cater to a man, and she never needed to, because usually sometimes the daughters usually caters to the mothers when there's no man around.
Facts.
I'm talking about some serious stuff here. And that relationship becomes tumultuous because they sometimes bump heads due to the fact that when a woman says something, she's going to respond too. This is why women love sons, because she can cuss the son out all day and he won't never say nothing. You're not going to do that to a daughter. She's going to bump heads with you. But still, the daughter sometimes play that role of the son at times, but it does not always work. You feel what I'm trying to say? You trying to serve your mother when you need to serve a man, and she probably didn't have the same type of teaching. You feel what I'm saying? But to understand this, here's another comment. But if she says that this isn't worth her leaving, he said this isn't worth her leaving, and if you're not getting what you need. That's no problem. If you're not getting what you need, then leave. But I think sometimes what you're leaving for don't always be that serious. What do you really want? When you tell a man that, it doesn't always be that serious. If we analyze at least 80% of the cases of why women leave relationships, be very minute things.
And the thing is,
Fact.
and I would say this too. The thing is, if you want, if it's worth it, can you sacrifice and compromise? That's the two right there. If you can do it, if it's worth it, can you sacrifice? Really talk about if you want to sacrifice something that you need to order to make the relationship work, or
Ooh,
that's a big thing.
you,
That's how a
you
relationship can work.
you touching on something now. You touching
Not,
on
not only
something.
that, not only that, but there's also another aspect to it too. I think, to be honest, I don't think a woman's happiness shouldn't matter. To be honest with you, I think women
Whoa.
focus too much on their happiness, and I think that's the problem. It's destroying a lot of homes. Because let's be 100% raw here, guys. Most of the times, women go out there, they even say there's nothing out there. So why you quit to leave? You already know there's nothing out there. You have a man that's home with you, that's ready to build with you, that's trying to, even though he may not be perfect, but he's actually want to build with you. But you worrying about what's out there, and you're gonna break up a whole happy home. Makes no sense. Go ahead.
I'm about to get in on y'all about this one. Women be trying to change the men that they're with, not understanding that they are going to be who they're supposed to be. We're not projects. This is not arts and craft. You're not making a rug. We have the same barber. We go to the same stores. We drink the same coffee. We're not that hard to understand. Yes, you might have an aspiration for something. That's not me. My only aspiration is to love you. We do the things just to make you happy. We want to sit home and drink a coffee and watch you walk in your nice skirt. Damn, baby, that ass is fat. You being there is enough. But here is the issue.
Facts.
Women were feeding to work, strive. Get it. Oh, that nigga don't want nothing. He don't want nothing. He ain't gonna do it. Go get you a hustler. Most hustler niggas don't want marriages. Most niggas with cash are not monogamous. You don't think? Name me a monogamous hustler with money. And I'm not talking about rappers. I'm talking about doctors, lawyers, respiratory therapists, RNs. If they did not grow up in a good home.
And the thing about that, Hakeem, that like men are like big rocks. They're steady. They're not going to move. They're going to do what they do. And what good men do, if you be in a long-term relationship or a long-term marriage, they are building their little wealth for 401k, IRA, whatever, and they saving it. So once they retire, getting their 50s and 60s, your golden years, y'all gonna do some stuff. Y'all gonna want to travel to the
Yeah.
United States. Y'all want to travel the country. I'm like I said, I feel like people, they want to travel, and they're young, which is cool. But thing is, if you take care of yourself and be in a good marriage in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, y'all can really travel the world. And I'm talking about type of travel when you could go to here to France. And then the thing is, not going back to the United States, you can say, hey, let's go to London. Or let's go to Germany. Because you'll have that type of money to move around all that type of stuff. Because you save so much working in your 30s and 40s and 50s, 60s and 70s, you can travel anywhere and travel for like a month or so and not come back to the States in a month.
You're 100% right. Now, there's this
Facts.
comment here. I want to touch on this, but I want to touch on, we have a new commenter, the Sousa's Apple. We're going to come
The
back to
Sousa, the Sousa, that's the Sousa there. She be commenting on the comment section. I see her in other spaces. Great to have you here.
But I want to touch on what she just said. She's two comments she wrote. The same man talking about molding women. And then she has the second comment and says that what are men willing to sacrifice? Now, so let me explain something to you. Men don't mold women. We never do that. We might get somebody who are younger than us and she follows an older person's lead. We don't never mold women. We don't tell you what to drink. We don't tell you how to dress. We don't tell you where you make your hair done. I've never done that before in my life. Most older men do not tell women how to become. Now, what are men willing to sacrifice? De Sousa, let me tell you what we're willing to sacrifice. I'm going to take off my glasses because this is going to be a teachable moment. Let me tell you what we sacrifice. Every day I wake up, I have to suppress an urge and ask God to say that this is the only woman I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. I have to go along with majority of your ideas because my ideas are very simple. Most of us live so simple, we can sleep in the room with one mattress and that, but you make me so happy enough, you want to decorate your whole house? Okay, go ahead, baby, just go and swipe it. Hey, you want to move over here? No problem, go ahead, go and swipe it. As long as you are willing to do the simple things that we want us to do, babe, we're going to go see my mama this weekend? Yeah, I'm going to go see my mother-in-law. We sacrifice so much. Now, mind you, here's the thing. The things that you sacrifice is appreciative. His wife had to leave her whole family in Georgia to go be with him in a city that she doesn't even freaking know. She can't see her sisters, her auntie, or nothing. That is, we know, we appreciate that sacrifice. We know you do things to leave your family and to become that. We appreciate, and that's why we're willing to go above and beyond to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we're willing to sacrifice. We do it all the time. We sacrifice 90% of our income because if it was up to us, we'll go get a brand new motorcycle and a two-door Dodge Charger Scat Pack. Go ahead, Jordan.
I got another thing with sacrificing too, and I don't think some of the women don't know that. If you're my wife, I'm sacrificing my life for you. If somebody's breaking in the car or somebody's breaking in the house, you not getting up.
No.
You are not getting up.
Better tell them about it.
You is not getting up.
Good point.
I'm getting my gun, whatever weapon I have, and I'm gonna take care of it. And if I don't, I plan it out. Hey, babe, if stuff's gonna happen, just go, and I'll take care of it.
You know how many times I've been in a situation where it's some sketchy shit that goes on in the gas station? I say, hey, get in the car and drive off. Well, what about you? I say, I'm going to make sure they come get me first before they get you.
Facts.
Not only that, but man also sacrificed their career. Prime example, if a man know that he trying to do something, they say he trying to be in the entertainment industry, and you get pregnant, he'll say, forget that industry. I got to go out here and get a regular job because I got to make sure you and the kids are taken care of.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Let's talk about it.
No, that's the stuff they don't talk about what men actually do when it comes to the aspect of sacrifice. Man sacrifice a lot. A real man will sacrifice a lot for that woman. Now, there's a lot of males out here. Those are not men. Go ahead.
There's Sousa. You want to know another thing we sacrifice? Which I've noticed in the recent years that men are doing? We'll leave our hometowns just so you can be closer to your mother. How many times we do that?
Yeah, that's true.
Some of us,
that's true.
A lot of us are leaving our hometowns so you can be closer to your mother and sisters. A lot of us say, my mother-in-law's sick, move her into the house. We're doing that.
Big facts.
She said another thing. She said, I would never leave you or let you deal with danger on your own, only if the kids. Baby girl, we don't need you to deal with nothing. Listen, you have to raise the next generation. We sacrifice ourselves for a reason. I understand you might be a rider. We don't need you to do that for us, baby. We need you to stay pretty. And if we die, we expect you to go get another nigga after we're gone. We would never say you not to, but we need you to take care of the kids and go. So that's the thing. Now, I want to get back to that comment that Apple said earlier. I'm speaking from when you said men don't talk because of fear she will leave. If you aren't getting what you want, why not talk and let her leave? If that's what it leads to why is there not their fear? Okay, simple.
Because I'll go in real quick because we're not taught to be communicators. We taught to be action based. That's why we don't communicate properly. You guys, any man that want man tend to go to therapy, they tend to go to the brotherhood because we don't know how to communicate or to a minister or somebody that's on a higher rank because, man, we are taught to be action driven. We're driven by action. That, I don't know. That is something probably God has created us to be. Women are more communicating when it comes to the aspect of verbally. But with the actions, the man's already on the top. So man's not going to tell you. The old woman always say, baby, what's on your mind? Tell me what's wrong. You see, we would never tell you. Even when something's wrong, we would not tell you. You would look through our actions and see, okay, something's wrong because he normally be smiling. Now he's not smiling today. Something is going on. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Let me tell you why most men are scared to say things because you leave. 90% of men do not leave relationships. In our minds, this is how we process things. A lot of us tell ourselves, family's going to get better. Let's let this shit work itself out. That's what we tell ourselves 100% of the time. We could not be getting sex. You could be doing some weird shit. And we still stay because we love you that much because we hope that time is going to evolve you enough for you to generate in love. And sometimes it does. When a woman gets into a relationship and she has her rebellion stage, you do that to test us, to see if we walk away. A lot of the times we don't. Sometimes you cheat on us, and a lot of us do stay. It hurts us, but we don't necessarily leave. I could tell you a situation of a dude in Massachusetts who I didn't know. I was very quite acquainted with him. His wife had cheated with the 19-year-old boy downstairs in the projects with me and had a baby with him. They had done been married. He was a janitor. This nigga had a strong back. He still stayed with her and raised the kid. That's just one prime example. That didn't make him weak. The relationship meant more than anything, because you want to know something? We do understand that we know you are once in a lifetime situation. And we sometimes let things fizzle out on its own because that's how we process things. This might get better. We don't have the energy to try to, unless we are savage or we're a double D John who really out here just bodying chicks, slaying them, adding notches to our numbers. We really just hope that this shit will just work out. And if it doesn't work out, we tend to not get in relationships after you leave us. Oh, Lord Jesus. Some of us don't even get in relationships anymore after you leave us. If we're in a long-term relationship and if we had kids, the ones who, when the wives leave us and we have kids, we don't get in relationships no more. We don't even get married no more. That's why a lot of black men are still married to their ex-wives and don't want to get divorced. And we just sitting here lollygagging and doing our own thing. That's to say, she said, right, because I'm not a ride or die. I don't know if y'all, she said, excuse my typos, guys. I'm cooking at the same time. I'm apologizing. Why you ain't bringing us a plate then, Miss Apple?
Exactly. I want to ask you what you cooking.
What you cooking, baby?
I was just about to ask you what you cooking.
Hey, you know that's
that beef stew.
You know that's a beautiful trait if you cooking. Another thing, so they don't leave. They don't talk about the cheat too. No, we don't talk about the cheat. How many times? Listen, it only going to hurt us more. The thing we trying to put that shit in the past.
Yeah, man, I agree with Hakeem. Most men tend to not leave a relationship. To be honest with you, I think most men would cheat before they actually leave the relationship. To be honest with you, most men would cheat. They would cheat because because remember, man is not raised. We're not raised in the aspect of raising in a broken home. Because I think we see it from our mothers, not seeing our fathers there. So we tend to, when we see a good woman, we don't want to lose her. Even if a man cheat, we ask a man he cheat, he'll tell you, I don't want to leave her. You'd be like, why? But you cheating on her. You'd be like, she's just lacking something. She's lacking. But however, I still don't want to leave that woman. You would not leave that woman. Go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing 100 because you listen. Most men, when they meet their woman, you are our soulmates. It's one and done for us. Yes, you got a couple guys, and let's get something straight. From a statistic standpoint, really good men do not cheat. Really good men do not cheat. We suffer in silence. You feel me? We'll be on the front porch. Our homeboys come by. We drink beers, and that's all we do. We'll allow you to do whatever you got to do until you get your mind right. Because sooner or later, time is going to get you to come back home. And when I say come back home, I'm talking about from a mental point of view. And this is why some men are scared to get into a relationship, because we hurt when you want to go. It's too much for us to handle. It's okay for y'all to start all over again because the sport is exciting for y'all. It's not exciting for us. We get to a certain age, we can barely bust a nut after a certain age.
Big facts. Well, I don't think I'm gonna have that issue, but there's some men that do have that issue. You know
what I'm saying? And it says De La Sue said in that the mindset is the big issue at Roni. This is not more or less the mindset. It's more or less. And listen, we're talking about. I'm talking about a certain type of men on this. We're talking about certain type of men. We're not talking about the double D. We're not talking about Twan and Trayvon and them. You feel me? We're not talking about the double D Johns. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't talking about the double D Johns. You ain't talking about this. I don't know if y'all fellas want to answer this question. And John Smith got something to say after he said at the end.
Oh, John Smith, welcome. We need John Smith. Hey, D Rose in the chat.
Hey,
welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, Apple say I ended communication with a man because I knew something was off. I asked and tried to figure out on my own, but couldn't start seeing someone else. I still have no idea what the issue is.
See, that's the problem. See, the problem that's the issue that men tend to deal with because we're not communicative in certain aspects. Like we don't express our emotion, so you would never know. You would just go by your assumption and say, "Oh, it's this," and it's this, or you did this wrong, you did that wrong. So that's the only problem. But to me, if you really want to know, I think you should go back and ask him like, "Hey, what did I do wrong in the relationship?" Because you want to at least have that closure. But most men, you probably did something wrong in the relationship, or to be honest with you, he probably was seeing another woman. I'm just keeping it a buck. Go ahead, Hakeem.
That could be a point. Now, here's the thing: women do not do. Whenever we tell you the truth, it becomes problematic or volatile. If there was a way you could create, if women could create a safe space for men to talk, and you don't cut us off, you don't cuss us out, and you allow us to freely just be ourselves and express how we feel, we'll be able to communicate. There's not a safe space here without a man being canceled or saying, you don't know what you're talking about. You're misogynistic. Oh, nigga, you don't got enough money to take care of all them kids. You hear all these things. This is why men do not want to be in spaces where women are at talking. Because we know we're going to get attacked.
I was gonna ask you guys a question. I don't know. Did y'all saw that clip that was going around? I think it was last week. It was Little Scrappy and Mamba D confrontation.
Yep.
You didn't saw. I'm gonna bring this up for a good point. Oh, this is a woman related situation. You didn't saw how he expressed himself to his mother, and she saw him as weak. That's his mother.
She did not shed a tear.
No.
She did not.
This is why men don't communicate their relationship. Oh, that was it. Go ahead, Hakeem. But that's the prime example where you was going at. Go ahead.
It's not that she just shed a tear, Hakeem. She made no type of facial expression.
No,
her face was stale.
You know who was crying?
He was.
The wife.
The wife. The one that listen. The one that Mama D been having a problem with since day one, because you want to know why? She was able to get her man to open up. She created a safe space for him to cry.
Yep.
Good point.
She created,
and that's the reason why men don't express their emotion. Because you see, some women are just cold, and he even said, "He said you are cold. You're cold. I'm expressing myself to you, and you are a cold woman. I can't." Go ahead.
And this is why it's important, ladies. If you're able to create a safe space for your man, so he can be able to freely express himself without him knowing that there's not going to be no consequences, we can able to get to another realm. Because here's the thing. Lots of time we want to tell you things, but we know it's going to go left. So we want y'all to figure it out on your own. That's why we're minute with things. All right, baby, go ahead. Do it on your own. It has to be real bad for us to leave y'all. The shit has to be unbearable. And even at that time, we still want to come back home. Now, she said in 2022, we got the option. We don't have to stay with cheaters anymore. Okay. You don't have to
You,
stay.
you
Yeah,
don't.
you
You
don't.
don't. You
Yeah,
don't.
yeah,
You don't have
I
to
agree
stay
with
with
you.
cheaters.
You really don't.
yeah. You
You know,
really
you don't have to
don't.
stay with cheaters anymore. You can go get you a woman, a man, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. You can choose any, whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes you happy. And good men don't care about that. If you want to leave, you don't want the chair. Now, if you're dealing with cheaters, that's on you. I don't know what's in your mind to pick a cheater de Sousa.
All right.
You know what I mean? If it would de Sousa, if somebody's leaving cheaters, how did you not identify that? You feel me? Now, what is this one? She said, I think he just didn't know what he wanted, to be honest.
Oh, we don't know that because it's still assumption because he got to verbally say
He
he
got to
didn't know what he
verbally.
wanted. If he never
Baby
said it,
girl.
then it's all assumptions. It's just speculation. You really
Right.
don't know, but you should just go and ask because women use that a lot too. They throw that around like it's freaking like
Yeah.
seed trying to grow. Like men don't know what they want. Most of the time, men do know what he want because he choose you at one point, so he didn't know what he want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You could say we don't know what we want, but we do sometimes. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
about it is we might not want you. We might
Mm-hmm.
want you, but you might not be prepared yet to handle us in a sense. Because here's the thing: you have your own version of what relationship is. Ask us what we want a relationship are. Ask us if we haven't. Go ahead.
I had a question for you guys. Do you feel like I feel like this? Do you feel like in your 20s you really didn't really you kind of figured you was kind of exploring yourself, and when you hit 30s, it like everything slows down a little bit, and you really know what you want as for your woman. Do y'all guys feel like that when y'all hit your 30s?
Yeah, more like yeah.
Ooh.
But when I was younger because I was mostly raised around men most of the time, especially around I was raised around Hakeem and a lot of other my brothers, especially my father. So they kind of already instilled in me on what to want and actually what to look for in a woman. However, like I said, some men don't really know that. Even the men in their 30s don't even know what they want. It's just that who are you surrounding with? When you know who you surround with, then you figure out exactly what you want. You know, Joy, I'm hanging around with you. Man, you see, you already married, so my mind's already focused on. I gotta stop playing around. I need to get married. Two of my other friends are married. You see, so I'm hanging around people that actually is married, so they ain't starting the information I need, so I can get married. You get what I'm saying? So, but a lot of men don't really know what they want. But it's only a few. It's only a few men. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Jordan, you cracked the nail, you cracked the walnut open that I think, and I want to share something with y'all. Um, I grew up in a two-parent household. My daddy did something that most men don't ever do. My mom had two kids prior before him. He came in and became a father to two kids that wasn't his. And he showed an exemplary example of what it is to be a stand-up nigga. He wasn't the best boyfriend. Let's get that straight. I never seen took my mama out on no dates, but that nigga paid the bills. That nigga never cheated. That nigga always came home from work, sat and put. Now I'm saying that to saying that I have a different understanding of that. And mind you, I'm a child of a foreigner. So foreigners do not necessarily talk about relationships or how to function into a relationship. So I had to go learn that on my own. Now, I'm gonna start to get into the psyche, and I want y'all to see if y'all agree with me on this one. Most kids learn what they want through their friends as we get into high school, as we get into middle school. You want what your homeboy want half the time, because this is what you're learning from. If you don't have a good, strong basis at home, most girls want what other girls want as well. 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 inches. Isn't that what it say? Now, for me, I grew up in Miami, so we wanted the girls with the long weave, fat asses, and you know what I mean? It was a certain look type of that. But I still had somewhat of a basis with my parents where I had sex later on in life. I'm willing to admit that. That's because my parents are very religious, and going through the motions of being in relationships and stuff like that, and failing at them. After 35, I know it's not about looks. I know it's not about money. I know it's not about your career. Because, sometimes a lot of us men grow up in bad economic situations. So we tend to try to lean on women who doing better than us to make us feel better about ourselves. I'm telling you some real life shit now. There's a lot of men who are with women who are financially, educational better to overcompensate for things that they haven't accomplished due to our growing up in an ethnic enclave where our economic situation wasn't the best. So this is why I might be a janitor, but my wife is a lawyer or something like that. And so say that. But now that I'm older, I just want somebody to do right by me.
Yep.
I just want somebody to do right by me. Like, listen, I just want somebody to do right by me. I'm telling you, it's a lot of men who's going to tell you this. They don't give a fuck if you work at Checkers, my nigga. We just want you to do right by me. We want you to, is you going to leave me? Are you going to leave me like my daddy left me or my mama? Or you going to block me like how my kids' mama do? I just want somebody to do right by me. And I know a lot of women want the same thing. Are you going to do right by me? It's not about looks anymore. It's not about money. My nigga, you can go look at it. You don't win. A lot of you women dated niggas with money. Y'all had an opportunity to date niggas with money. We done had opportunities to date women who would drop dead gorgeous. Shit don't never work out. Are you going to do right by me? Are you going to do right by me? This is the question that we want to know in a relationship. When I fucking get sick, or I just found out I got terminal cancer, you gonna be up the hospital every other day? This is shit people don't want to fucking talk about because everything is surface fucking deep. This is why men can't have a fucking serious conversation with y'all at the time because it's scary. We cry to our homeboys. Our homeboys is the one, our buffer zone for the reason why we don't be leaving half of you hoes. Give her one more chance, fool. Give her one more chance, fool. She just probably tripping this morning. Fool, just listen. When we wrong, when you're wrong, our homeboys tell her, fool, you just go up there and just buy that shit. Don't even sweat it.
What you saying, Hakeem? You know what song that pop up in my head, and I really think that it needs to be. Man, really need to do this. Y'all remember 56 21 questions?
Yeah.
I think man needs to start doing that, asking questions, because when you ask questions, and and you could tell if she's going, if she's going, she could tell if she's going to say yeah, how she answered the questions, or she don't know. I mean, really ask these women questions like, hey, if you want to see this girl as a long time future, a long term relationship, or a wife or something like that, it's very important to ask some serious questions. Some serious questions you should ask on the first date.
I agree.
And that really can eliminate to taking her on the second date, or possibly making it, take it to a second, third, fourth date, and maybe it could turn into a relationship.
No, definitely, I agree with you 100%. But I just think that what you say goes over people's heads, man. We can ask them questions. We asked them questions in the beginning. Most good men, and I'm keep prefacing this because sometimes y'all want to talk about there's men who don't know. Yeah, you got them suckers. Most good men will over leverage themselves for you. We do that on the first date. This is why men don't even want to go on dates anymore. We used to over leverage ourselves on the first date. We don't care about money. Money is nothing to us. We make this shit. Listen, We stay. We listen. Most majority men who make good money are being a regular T-shirt every single fucking day or wear the same jeans. We only get spiffy for y'all. We only take y'all out for y'all. We want to make you happy. So we went into ask these kind of questions, and I'm gonna go back to the same to see, baby girl, are you gonna do right by us? You might say, "Oh, we've been doing right by you. You ain't do right by me." I don't know who you been with, mama. You was with Trayvon and them niggas. I don't know them niggas like that. I don't even hang with them boys. I'm only talking for real life experience. Wake up one morning, you done devote your life to somebody. You done devoted your life to somebody. You and this person done went through so much shit. You wake up one morning and say, I don't think I'm in love with you no more. What? I think I'm in love with somebody else. What you just said? I think I'm in love with somebody else. And they expect for you to still be friends. This is something y'all women do that we don't understand, y'all, which some of us say that there's a little bit of chaos in y'all. You still want us to be friends with you after you tell us some shit like that. Well, I think I'm in love with somebody else. What? We just lost a baby. What you mean you don't think you in love with me no more? I pay rent here. I never asked you for anything. Why? Because I don't dress nice or I don't take you out every night, nigga. This all I can do for you. What you want me to do? Tell me, what do you want me to do?
Real talk.
And the thing is, Hakeem, they expect you to change, but they don't talk about it.
No, they don't.
Real talk.
They don't. So this is why I say, women, it's important for you to become a man's peace. We live in chaos every day. Half of us is on the brink of jumping over that bridge.
Oh, this is for you, Hakeem.
What did he say here?
You want to know something? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. You see Ronnie and you see Jordan. I'm gonna give you an example why certain people are so scared. Why maybe I'm like that. I love people too much. I love hard. I don't know no other. My family been nothing but loving to me. My hood been nothing but loving to me. I'm the person you can call at 2:00 in the morning. I'll get up and I'll come to you. So the fact that I love and the fact that a lot of us who love people so hard, it's a scary thing to walk down that emotional plank. Imagine that. Because it hurts us more when we really like you. And if we feel ourselves really liking you, and this is what a lot of men do who are of age, who are a little bit older, who have been hurt, and who speak from a sense of pain, we just say we just don't want to deal with it. That's why we scared to ask you out. That's why we scared to say, hey, let's go meet up here. The fear of being hurt again makes us say we don't even need to take that chance. Because you want to know why? When you haven't been done right by for so long, you say to yourself that it's just not worth it anymore. You know what I mean? And we'll be happy for other people. And a lot of us just put our faith in God and say, God, maybe God will send me my wife one day. And God will make sure I'm straight. But right now, I'm not gonna take that chance. That shit is too worrisome. It's too worrisome. I don't want to be home worrying about if you with another nigga or if you're gonna tell me one day, okay, I'm ready to leave. You're not gonna tell me you should just take that chance. I'm over 40 now. I done took that chance so many times. I'm just gonna let my nieces and nephews and my homeboys make me happy. Why should I jeopardize my mental health for love again? Some people love so hard that it's hard for them to even get back into that point. They want to just love you from a distance.
John Smith said, if you're in your 30s, prepare to be a stepdad or step parent. That time right there. Be honest. I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you, John Smith. Let's keep it about. A lot of women ain't having kids right now.
I was gonna say
A lot
that,
of
Ronnie.
women ain't having kids. The statistics already proved that a lot of women ain't having the kids, and a lot of women are getting the kids deleted. So there's gonna be a lot of opportunity. A lot of women not having kids. There's women like right now in their late 30s, never experienced of giving birth.
Yeah.
So I don't think that will actually be an option. Go ahead.
I was going to add to that, Ronnie. Women really, I was going to say it's because Ronnie, you're spot on that, because a lot of women are kind of waiting to they like mid and early 30s, because they're independent, they have a careers with their job, and so they do all their work in their 20s. Once in their 30s, they making good money. They got a car, all that type of stuff, and then now they're ready. They ready to have kids and everything. So, and all with with the libidos and all that type of stuff. Some women think they can have kids until they're 40. You can, but sometimes nature don't work like that way. But yeah, a lot of women, they're prolonging having kids to their 30s, to their mid 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of women today that want to have kids. Go ahead, Hakeem.
They
You're
go to
100%
Susan.
right.
She's 36, no kids.
No kids.
36, no kids. And listen, my lovely friend Apple, she's intelligent with no children, professional. And let me tell you, and I'm not going to speak for y'all, I'm going to speak for certain other women. You want to know, a lot of the reason is some of y'all think y'all going to find this mythical marriage y'all going to get. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional for this to happen. And sometimes the way your life is going to perceive itself is not the way you might envision it. You might have a straightforward plan. That plan is not always directed towards you. What they say, and this is not something in the Bible, but God laughs at your plans.
Mm-hmm.
It's twists and turns all the time. Some women have kids out of wedlock and get married later. Your husband is your husband. Sometimes your husband is the child's father, and sometimes it's two separate things. But you got to understand, nowadays people don't understand. Men want the kids because they understand the value of it. Sometimes women think at this age, women think kids are chores. This is why they don't want to have them no more. Because they've seen all the negative experiences that their sisters, their aunties done went through. That don't mean that you're gonna do it while you internalizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because your sister or your auntie messed up, don't mean you're gonna mess up like that. God might have a different plan for you.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at it from that point as well. It says women have the option to either be offended or flattered by a man shooting his shot. Oh Lord Jesus, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show. John Smith, we're not gonna even get into that. Yo, we're gonna have to dedicate a whole nother show for that, John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's a whole nother show.
Get a whole nother show. But I also want to touch back to what Ronnie said earlier. A lot of women who make the poor choice of having their kid's father, yes, a lot of them kids are getting deleted. We just had a situation in Orlando. Was it Orlando or Miami with this Haitian woman? It was a who was going through psychiatric. She killed both of her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the man did not know it. Because here's the thing. If you would allow us to take the kids over, you could just go off and live your life. Some men don't mind having being single fathers. We don't see it as a chore.
And the thing is, it's like it does happen. They just don't report it on the news or the local news or the world news, something like that. This stuff happens. They just don't report it that way.
Okay, we need to touch on this right here because I've heard this a lot too.
Having children is a lot of sacrifice as a woman.
Women say this all the time. We understand that it's not for all of y'all. You see a small statistics of women who traumatically have babies and they lose their life behind that. It's
Yeah.
not for all of you. And when you tell men who want kids, you want to try to discourage us from having a legacy. Don't come here and say you want to be the rich auntie when we want to have a footload of football teams. My sister's about to have 2 kids. Nigga, we are ecstatic over here. Life is about people. It's about people, not money, not cars. I don't care what you listen. The most funnest times were when me and my brothers and sisters were in a 2-bedroom apartment. The most funnest times of my life when my brother gave me hand-me-down jerseys or said, hey, I'm gonna go get you some sneakers. When you have a whole gang, and this is the most fun time of a man's life when he raising his kids, and it's him and his woman, and you busting down a big slice of pizza with 6, 7 people. You might not think it's fun. It's fun for us.
And not only that, but the aspect of when it comes to having kids, a kid is not supposed to look at as a sacrifice. A kid is supposed to look at as a blessing and as a gift to the man.
And also, I'm gonna add to that is, having kids, especially with my wife, having the kids in a black family. I'm having out my black family. I'm having out the black community. Is having kids with my wife.
100%.
Of being pro-black.
That's your own community. Yeah, that's your own community. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's sacrificing, but I'm building a union. I'm building a legacy of having kids so they can push forward and build and keep on building of the name of the Lewis family.
Facts.
Listen, she said this. I don't want to be 40 and pregnant with sleepless nights. When you pick a good man, you ain't gonna have to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're gonna make sure you sleep, and you having to sleep this night. You're gonna be sleeping.
Go look on. It's some TikToks I watch. The nigga, as soon as the nigga come home from work, he picks the baby up and go to the next room and go to sleep with the baby.
He can't wait to see him. That's probably one more thing to see his kids. Oh, I can't wait to see my kid.
Basically,
he comes in, get the kid, go ahead, do what you do. I got the kid. You good?
Sometimes you're not gonna have to do that if you pick the right man. If you pick a man that is intentional.
Facts. Urban music. Yeah. He's right about that. Yep.
First son, they have to post men's rights concerning babies. Yeah. What's to say? We're gonna wrap up soon because we've been going at it. I'm good with just getting married and living good together. You see, Apple, that is perfect if a man who do not want kids.
Or I would recommend you get an older man who already had kids and he don't want kids anymore.
He won't want kids no more. That's no problem. But if you get somebody in that 40 range, he's gonna want his own legacy, stuff that he produced, he made.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big factor for us too. Here's another thing I want to touch to, and most of y'all have this idea think that men advocate for adoption. We don't be thinking about that. That's y'all.
No.
This is what you need to say. That's y'all. We want to see our own face. We want to see our own face, our own nappy head,
our own DNA, our own DNA. Yes.
Because let me tell you something. We go through the whole same situation. Listen, my dad is named Big Willie. They call me Little Willie. I used to go to my dad's job to go pick some things up. He said, "You must be Big Willie's son. You look just like his ass." This is what men they want to see themselves into their kids. They want to see what they make. Young Dolph, before he died, he said the greatest thing he ever did was have his kids. Oh, Lord Jesus. This man is a multimillionaire. He had cars out the way. He said the greatest thing he ever did is have his kid. There was a New York Times paper where they interviewed a Haitian taxi cab driver. He said the same exact thing. He said he is happy. The greatest happiness and reason why he goes to work every morning is when he sees his kids' faces.
Hey, Jabari put out a quote. Put it up, please. Put it up. Go ahead, Jabari.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, he said you Uncle Willie's son. Don't play that.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Willie's son.
Please, you Uncle Willie's son.
He's trying to find it.
Okay, there it is. You Uncle Willie's son.
Yeah, that's how they say it. Yeah, that's how they say it in the black community.
Yeah,
That's how they
that's
say
Willie
it.
said. He said, "You ain't you Uncle Willie's son?" He said, "You look just like his ass. He gonna come right here."
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's big facts. But I think everybody, but here right now, ready to what, man? Thank you guys, man, for tuning in, man. Thank you for all the interaction. You know, Sosa, a new subscriber. Thank you for coming. You know, D Rose, Apple, Jabari,
Apple.
Urban Noah, John Smith, of course,
Then
us and
Susa.
more other people.
Hey,
Right?
hey, Roni, go ask De Sousa how we can pronounce her name. I don't want to butcher her name.
That's how you say it. It's the Sousa. That's how you say it. The Sousa.
Okay.
Yeah. She dope. She's a new subscriber. You know, I met her on another channel, so it's really cool. It's really cool, man, to see the interaction. We're gonna have more of it. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's why I told you guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell because you never know when we go live. But we do go live each and every Sunday, 7:30.
Every Sunday.
Live on time. Go ahead. I think we're gonna say something.
No.
Oh, you want the mad? Yeah, because we gotta hustle tonight. We gotta hustle tonight. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. This is how we get down. Look, she even put her name in the comments so people look that up. Yeah.
Hey,
that's how you say it.
Hey, De Sousa, what you is? Dominicano, Boricua, what is it? Dominicano, Boricua, or Cuban? It's either one of those three. If you,
I know it could be French though. It could be French, no?
No. De Sousa gotta be Boricua or Dominicano.
Yeah. But this is why, guys, you gotta subscribe, man. This is how we get down each and every Sunday, man. We talk to you guys later, man. We over and out. Peace.
We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all.